This is more than just dinner. It's history on a plate. From the fresh oysters and the awesome gumbo, Mary Mahoney's is proof that tradition can taste as good as it looks. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, a place where water meets the sky, where neighborhoods stretch out under live oaks, and where life has its own pace. In this series, we're hitting the road and the water to explore towns, tastes, and stories that make the Gulf Coast one of a kind. I'm Travis Paige, boat captain, realtor, and your guide to everything real down here on the coast. So hold on to yourselves, let's cruise down the Mississippi Sound and see what makes this place so special. Welcome to Gulf Coast Real Estate. Today, we're in Biloxi, a city where history, culture, and seafood all come together on the Mississippi Sound. We're standing in what's known as Vieux Marché, or the Old Market. This is where all the commerce was back in the day in Old Town Biloxi. Today, you have shops, music venues, museums. There's a lot of stories here if you know where to look. I wanted to bring you guys in and meet Dallas. She is the owner of Elsie's Hardware. Give us a little history about it.
Elsie's has been in existence since 1914, and in 1960, Elsie's Hardware came here. And so it's been here in this location since 1960, owned by the Elsie's family. In 2022, me and my husband Jeffrey, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law Glenn and Laura Ellen decided to buy the business.
It's exciting. I remember coming here when I was a kid.
We could have more than your typical hardware store. The only thing that we do not have is the sheetrock, concrete, lumber. We do not have that. We just don't have the space. But we want people to come in where they can find those hard to find items.
When you walk in the door, there's someone here to help you all the time. It's not like a big box store.
That's right. We want our customer service to be just top notch. And I really do feel like that. People come in, they feel welcome. They feel like they come into their family's old hardware store. And we want it to be that way, and we want it to stay that way.
Now, when most people think of Mardi Gras, they think of New Orleans. But here in Biloxi, our carnival traditions stretch back over a century, and they're alive and well right here at the Gulf Coast Mardi Gras Museum. So, Abriza, I want to ask you about some of these costumes. I see all the intricate sewing, all the sequence, the beading and things. Can you tell me a little history about these costumes?
Sure. So the museum has a very vast collection of costumes from all of our different crews all along the coast. Most of those, I'd say 90-ish% are locally made here by different seamstresses that grew up working in this industry. So it's a really super cool thing as a Mississippian.
Right.
And somebody that grew up in the arts to see this kind of grow.
Right. I grew up here on the coast, and a little, I guess, tidbit, I actually have been a king of Southern Nets. Yeah.
Cool.
These costumes, the seamstress works day and night, it seems like. And when carnival season starts, it goes on throughout the year.
It really does.
And everyone thinks that it all, is just New Orleans. But here on the coast, it's over a decade old, and it's just as much of a party here and a celebration for all of the locals.
Yeah.
So how many crews are there along the coast?
But we have about 50 different crews from one end of the coast to the other,
Right.
Bay St. Louis to Pascagoula. Each one is a little bit different in how they operate. Most do crown kings and queens, which is usually open to anybody along the coast, whether you've been here your whole life or whether you just moved here 2 years ago.
Right.
It's open to anyone. Some are more traditional, like the costumes behind us, Gulf Coast Carnival. They're one of the more traditional crews here on our coast, but then you have groups like the Old Biloxi Marching Club.
Pretty much everyone that I know of, they do something for charity. That's part of their main, I guess, fundraiser, you would say, or what they get involved in, helping the community and different organizations along the coast.
Lots of them do, yes. As Mardi Gras is a big community event for us here. It really brings people together, no matter where you're from or your background.
That's right. Better be something, mister. Mardi Gras is more than parades. It's about architecture, music, and gatherings that all spill out of the homes onto these streets. And speaking of homes, Biloxi has some of the most unique historic houses on the Gulf Coast. From Creole cottages to Grand Victorians, Biloxi's neighborhoods are living time capsules. Many of these homes are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. That means the details you see, the ironwork, the wide porches, and woodwork, are preserved for future generations. Homes like these aren't just beautiful, they're a testament to their resilience. They've been through all the hurricanes, the fires, and change. And they're just as beautiful today as they were 100 years ago, and they're still welcoming families every day. If you're interested in a small, quiet coastal town like Biloxi, this might be the style of home just for you. But the homes aren't the only thing Biloxi is famous for. For much of the 20th century, this city has held the title of seafood capital of the world. We're here at the Maritime and Seafood Museum. This place preserves the legacy of the families who worked in the waters here, who fished, shrimped, who built the boats, and the canneries that, well, where they ship the seafood all over the world. We're meeting with Executive Director Brandon Boudreau to learn about maritime life history here on the Gulf Coast. Brandon, tell me a little bit of the history of the coast in the seafood industry.
The seafood industry here started around the 1860s. You had immigrants come down from, was actually started with people from New Orleans coming over.
Right.
It was like, believe it or not, they came from New Orleans to get away from mosquitoes. About the 1860s, some Bohemian workers from Maryland started coming down this way.
Oh, really?
In the off season up there, they have the harsh winters up there. Came down here, they started doing some stuff in the seafood industry here.
Oh.
And it just kind of just grew from there. We had that. Then you had the Yugoslavian, the big influx of Yugoslavian immigrants. Then you had the French immigrants.
Right.
Then you had the Vietnamese immigrants come in. And all of that mixed together has just made this, we call it a gumbo.
Right.
America is a mixing pot. The coast is a gumbo.
You're right.
And it's all thrown in together. It's every one of those heritages throw in part of that flavor.
So at one point, we were actually known as the seafood capital of the world, right?
In the 1930s, Biloxi was there was more seafood cannons shipped out of Biloxi than there was anywhere else in the world.
Right.
If you can believe that.
That is crazy.
You see remnants of that.
You're right.
Here. And all throughout the museum, we have stuff that shows from that heyday.
When you're in Biloxi, you must stop by here and try the gumbo. This is the Mary Mahoney's Old French House, built in 1737. It's one of the oldest restaurants in the United States, one of the oldest houses still standing. And the gumbo is to die for. This is more than just dinner. It's history on a plate. From the fresh oysters and the awesome gumbo, Mary Mahoney's is proof that tradition can taste as good as it looks. All righty, thank you.
Why would somebody want to come to the Mississippi Gulf Coast? You know, everybody's got beautiful coasts, you know. But what I like to tell them, that pretty blue water in Florida, ain't nothing in it but seaweed.
Yes, sir.
That old muddy water out there, shrimp, crabs, oysters, food.
Around. Biloxi is just one of those places that I love to call home. It has the best of everything that I love, from the beautiful islands in the Gulf of America to all of the culture, the Mardi Gras, and the historic homes. It is just, like Brandon said earlier, it's a gumbo. It's just a melting pot for us. If you're interested in finding out some more information about this beautiful place, give me a call. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I'd love to help you. Till next time, this is Gulf Coast Real Estate. See you soon.